Caitlin Clark, the most talked about star in the WNBA right now, has just made a bold move that nobody expected. She has turned down a massive $1 million opportunity, and the entire WNBA is panicking over what this means for her future and for the league as a whole. This isn't just about money. This is about control, power, influence, and the future of women's basketball. Caitlin Clark is playing a chess game while the WNBA, the media, and even her rivals are stuck playing checkers. Today, we'll break down exactly what happened, why she rejected this deal, and why her decision might reshape the entire landscape of the WNBA. Before we get into the rejection, let's set the stage. Caitlin Clark isn't just another rookie. She's not just another talented guard entering the league. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon. She carried Iowa women's basketball into the national spotlight, shattering viewership records, selling out arenas, and turning women's college basketball into primetime television. When she declared for the WNBA draft, everyone knew she was going to change the league. And she has. Clark's arrival in the WNBA has skyrocketed ticket sales for Indiana Fever games, doubled and tripled attendance in arenas across the country, boosted TV ratings to levels the league has never seen before, triggered merchandise sellouts with her jerseys outselling veteran stars within weeks. Caitlin Clark has already proven that she's more than a player. She's a business, a brand, and a media empire all by herself. Now here's where the drama begins. Reports surfaced that Caitlin Clark was approached with a $1 million deal. Not her WNBA contract, but an additional opportunity. Whether it was a promotional deal, a brand partnership, or a special league incentive, it was clear. The money was on the table. The WNBA, desperate to keep Clark happy and maximize her star power, thought this would be a slam dunk. $1 million for a rookie? That's unheard of. Most players in the league are making a fraction of that with their official contracts. For perspective, Clark's rookie WNBA salary is only about $76,000 a year. Yes, you heard that right. Less than many office jobs. That's why so many WNBA stars spend their offseason playing overseas to make real money. So when Caitlin Clark rejected a $1 million opportunity, it shocked everyone. So why would she turn it down? Why would anyone reject seven figures, especially in a league where money is so tight? The answer lies in strategy, power, and long-term vision. Caitlin Clark knows she doesn't need to rush into every deal. She's already the face of the league, already partnered with major brands like Nike, already pulling in endorsements that dwarf what most WNBA veterans are making. Here are the key reasons she likely rejected it. Clark doesn't want to be boxed in by short-term money grabs. If the deal doesn't align with her brand, her values, or her bigger vision, she won't take it. $1 million now might mean sacrificing tens of millions later. By rejecting the offer, Clark is sending a message. She knows her worth. She's not desperate for money. If the WNBA or sponsors want her influence, they'll have to come back with better terms. And they will. Clark is careful about her image. She knows she's representing not just herself, but women's basketball as a whole. The wrong deal could hurt her reputation. She's not going to risk that for a quick payday. Caitlin Clark is looking at her career not in years, but in decades. She's already thinking about being a legend, a mogul, a long-term global icon. A single $1 million deal doesn't move the needle when she's aiming for billion-dollar influence. Now, let's talk about the fallout. Why does this rejection have the WNBA panicking? Because Caitlin Clark is the WNBA's golden goose. She's the reason attendance is spiking. She's the reason media networks are suddenly interested in broadcasting games. She's the reason casual fans are tuning in. If Clark feels undervalued, underpaid, or unappreciated, the WNBA risks alienating the very star who is carrying the league on her back. This rejection sends a warning. If the league doesn't take care of her properly, she doesn't need them. They need her. And that is a terrifying thought for the WNBA. Let's put this in perspective. Angel Reese, her college rival and now fellow rookie, has plenty of endorsements too. She's teamed up with brands. She's a social media powerhouse, but she hasn't generated anywhere near the same numbers as Clark. Reese would have likely taken that $1 million deal in a heartbeat. Then you look at veterans like Aya Wilson, Breanna Stewart, or Diana Taurasi. These are legends of the game. But even they didn't have the kind of leverage Clark has right now. They built the league, but they didn't bring in mainstream attention the way Clark is doing. Caitlin Clark isn't just a player in the WNBA. She's bigger than the WNBA itself. And that's exactly why her rejection stings so badly. Of course, the media is having a field day with this. Some outlets are praising Clark for standing her ground and showing business savvy. Others are criticizing her, saying she's greedy or that she's setting a bad example. But here's the truth. Clark doesn't owe anyone an explanation. She's earned the right to make these choices. If the NBA's top stars like LeBron James or Stephen Curry can control their brand and turn down deals that don't fit, why shouldn't Clark do the same? Fans are also split. Many of Clark's supporters are cheering her decision, saying she's smart, strategic, and proving that women athletes deserve to demand their worth. Others are frustrated, arguing that she should have taken the money and supported the league. But at the end of the day, fans know one thing. Caitlin Clark has options. She doesn't need to play by the old rules. And that's exciting to watch. This isn't just about one player or one deal. Clark's rejection could have massive ripple effects across the entire WNBA. If Clark can reject $1 million, it raises the bar for everyone else. Stars like Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, or Paige Buchers in the future will start demanding more too. Clark isn't going anywhere. Nike, Gatorade, and other mega brands are already circling. She's going to land deals worth way more than $1 million. This isn't about the next season, or even the next 5 seasons. Clark is setting herself up to be a cultural figure for decades to come. She's thinking in the same way Michael Jordan or Serena Williams thought. Legacy, not quick checks. At the end of the day, Caitlin Clark's $1 million rejection isn't about the money. It's about power, control, and the future of women's basketball. She's showing the world that she knows her value, that she won't settle, and that she's here to play the long game. The WNBA is panicking because they know if Clark walks away or feels mistreated, their surge in popularity could collapse overnight. But here's the twist. Caitlin Clark doesn't need the WNBA nearly as much as the WNBA needs Caitlin Clark. And that reality is shaking the league to its core. So buckle up, because this is just the beginning of Caitlin Clark's reign, and the WNBA has a choice to make. Evolve to match her star power or risk losing the very player who could take the league mainstream. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates.